as a people pleaser, the most painful thing is giving this energy that's then not returned. You feel so depleted, and it's this really exhausting experience. It's funny, sometimes I'll go through something really quite horrible and I will want to share the full detail of what happened, but I will feel so in the way, and then I will make myself more upset by trying to rush through explaining that to a loved one, and it just actually makes you feel more alone and tired. It drains you. So hello beautiful people, welcome to this video. Today I'm going to be giving you some advice to help you become that kind of strong, empowered, unapologetic, self-loving, self-caring woman. It's very easy to be a people pleaser and neglect the self when you are a woman in this world, when you've been brought up to prioritise others' needs over your own. I think there's going to be a lot of pearls of wisdom to come from this video, if I don't say so myself. I've spent a good chunk of time writing this video because it's something that I think I've needed to hear for a really long time. So this is for the people that kind of need to be told, you know what, prioritise yourself. You're a really kind person, that's beautiful, and I don't want to take that away from you, but you are giving out your energy too willingly, too freely. I always say on this channel, be kind. And I don't mean just be kind to other people, I also mean be kind to yourself. You deserve to take a step back when people are taking advantage of your healing energy. Do you believe you're quite a healing person? Do you really care about people? Well, this really is the video for you then. Again, I know I've already kind of said this, but I'm a big believer in giving your energy out and helping others and just sharing the love that you've got. I'm such a big believer in community and togetherness and kindness over anything. But at the same time, there are people that are going to drain you of your energy and give you nothing back. So if you feel like you are the friend, the family member, the partner that is always there for the other person, always emotionally available, always ready to give advice, always ready to listen, always asking questions and showing interest, and you're very rarely getting it back, but you can't really seem to stop giving because you're such a giving person, I've got a lot of things to tell you right now. And also I just want to say I really see you. I think people like this often don't feel seen. People that are giving constantly and feel like that's just their duty, that they have to give, they've been brought up to give. You don't owe anyone anything. It's beautiful to be kind. It's also beautiful to reserve some of that energy for yourself and to not always be giving, to sometimes be taking. You deserve to take as well as give. And I don't mean drain people of their energy or take the mickey or take advantage. I mean, you deserve to be listened to. You deserve space to talk about your struggles. You deserve to be uplifted. You deserve support, emotional support. So, you might be a sweet person, you might be a kind person, and I don't want to take that away from you, but I certainly want to help you shift into more of an unapologetic era, if you like, in an era where you're like, do you know what? I can still be sweet and kind, but I'm also going to take some of my own energy and kindness and put it back into myself. It's like, I want you to invest in yourself more. And one thing that I found really helpful to encourage me to invest in myself is using the affirmation, be more yourself and make less effort. Be more yourself and make less effort. The reason why I put be more yourself at the beginning of that affirmation is because often as people pleasers, we lose sight of ourselves and our values and how we want to act. Often people pleasers shape themselves to suit other people's needs and feelings, and it can mean that you lose sight of who you are and you're not authentic, and that's painful. Not being yourself really hurts. So yeah, be more yourself and make less effort. You don't have to be horrible or mean or blunt. Just take some of your energy back. Go up to your bedroom if you're at home. Yes, you want to make that effort because you love them, but you only want to do that to a certain extent. Yeah, it's really important to be quite boundaried with it. You know, some people we want to keep around in our lives, and that means that we might have to accept that some people are just not givers. They're not willing to show up for you. So we just have to withdraw some of that energy, some of that attention. When you next feel the urge to be this sweet girl and to be catering to other people's needs, ask yourself, is this going to make me uncomfortable? Do I have to get uncomfortable to make someone else comfortable? And if that's the case, is it worth it? Now, I really quickly want to talk to you about something that's genuinely changed my life and continues to change my life, and that's therapy. Today's video was made in paid partnership with BetterHelp. I've actually learned so much from therapy. It's helped me feel more connected to the people around me, more connected to myself. I really do encourage people to free themselves from the burden of bottling everything up. Feeling alone with your struggles can be the most painful, heavy feeling. I really do believe and have noticed that a problem shared is a problem halved. BetterHelp is a really great tool that makes finding a therapist super easy. With BetterHelp, you just sign up, you take a quick quiz, and they match you with a therapist from their huge network. Also, another really cool thing is if you don't click with your therapist, you don't have to worry. You can switch literally at the click of a button. BetterHelp really does want to make therapy accessible for everyone, so we can all understand our minds and our emotions better. So there's a link in my description, betterhelp.com/Southerberry, as I've got on the screen. Make sure you use that link because you'll get 10% off your first month with BetterHelp. Thank you so much, BetterHelp, for being in paid partnership with this video. Check out the link and see how you can fit it into your life. This is a big thing that I want to share, and this is something that I'm still learning and I'm still finding a lot of discomfort with. Taking my time. YouTube has taught me this a little bit, that taking your time with your stories, with your opinions, is worthwhile. It allows you to get your point across clearer. It allows you to enjoy expressing your thoughts and opinions and stories because you're not feeling stressed and anxious. You're not trying to finish it quickly and you're not tripping over your words. Slow down. I think a lot of people pleasers rush their words and don't want to take up space. A lot of women don't want to take up space. I notice this all the time. A woman will tell me something huge that has happened in her life, but she'll rush through it because she doesn't want to inconvenience the other person. But you're not an inconvenience to the right people. You deserve to utilize your friend's capability to listen. If you are struggling with anxiety, and you want to tell your friend a bit about that, don't rush it. Tell them the little details. Don't skip over it and give them a nice summary. Don't say, oh, sorry if that was boring, or sorry for jabbering on for so long. That's something that me and my friends also do on voice note. We'll say, oh, sorry, I'm babbling on. No. I'm saying this, I feel like a hypocrite because I say sorry all the time. And again, that's something that I think a lot of us women do because we don't want to be in the way, and we've been taught from a young age that we should be apologetic and small. But I want you to be big, and I want you to use up people's time and to speak slowly. My God, I've met some men who have spoken so slowly, and I've just watched with such admiration. Oh my God, you really do feel very comfortable and at ease with taking up space, and I've learned from observing those men, and I want that for myself. It's funny, sometimes, I'll go through something really quite horrible and I will want to share the full detail of what happened, but I will feel so in the way, and then I will make myself more upset by trying to rush through explaining that to a loved one, and it just actually makes you feel more alone and more tired. It drains you. So when you do decide to open up to someone or share something with someone, do it fully. Another really random but also important thing, I think personally for me, is I want you to know that you can walk slowly. You can take up space on the blimmin' pavement. This is something that I'm trying to understand myself. I'm trying to quite literally walk the walk with this message. I see so many women saying sorry when they're walking in a city or around their town and they feel like they're in the way, and so many men just saying thank you. The difference in language reflects the difference in perspective. Women, they feel like they're in the way. They feel like they need to always be aware and ready to move out the way and to take up as little space, and it's really hard to be in your own world when you're out and about in public as a woman. That's hard when you're someone who feels lighter when they are able to go for a walk, when they are able to leave the house. I feel better when I go for my walks in nature, but to do that I have to walk past lots of people, and sometimes that can be more anxiety inducing because I'm worried that I'm in the way. But recently I'm challenging myself to not think so much about it and to not say sorry and to not always do this. And I'm now looking straight ahead, rather than making eye contact with people. Because when you make eye contact with people, then they kind of wait for you to move out of the way. It's a little trick. It annoys me. Women are really expected to move out of the way, and I think that's why we navigate cities and towns in such an anxious manner. And statistics prove that women are generally more anxious. And I know this is one small aspect of a very big problem, but it's a thing. Put those headphones in, put your music on, and look ahead. Stop observing other people as much and allow yourself to fall into your own world. You don't need to be extroverted, you don't need to be overly confident, you don't need to be more in your masculine energy in order to be someone that nobody messes with. You can be feminine, you can be sensitive, you can be an empath, you can be kind, but still be somebody that stands up for themselves, or at least knows when to keep their energy for themselves. I really don't want you to bin your sensitivity or your kindness. I think that's a really beautiful thing. They're really valuable assets. Those assets attract me to people. So yeah, definitely don't see them as weaknesses. They're huge strengths. Actually, strengths that I think we need more people to embody in this world where nature is suffering so much and humans are suffering so much. So yeah, please don't feel like you have to shift into this blunt talking, masculine energy person in order to look after yourself. I feel like there's a lot of advice out there like that, particularly on YouTube actually. And I think that's sad because some people are just not like that. Some people are more feminine and gentle and soft and introverted, and I want you to honour that. I really do encourage you to lean into your caring nature. The step that I've taken that has kind of felt authentic to my character but also empowering is, yes, continuing to be kind and empathetic, but also being more boundaried with saying, okay, enough's enough. We've got to know when we're being taken advantage of. The way in which I figure that out is by questioning myself. When my gut is like, oh, this feels slightly off. I don't think I should be entertaining this person as much as I am right now. If I get a tiny little niggling thought, usually it will just show up with one quick thought. It's very easy as a people pleaser to brush that aside and put your energy back into the other person. But if you get that niggling thought, start asking yourself questions like, will channeling my energy into this person be at my expense, to my detriment? Will this make me feel bad or used? Is this actually a good use of my energy? What would I say to my best friend right now if she was in my position and if I could see the situation from an outsider's perspective? And if you found that you've extended a lot of energy to people that don't appreciate you and your kindness, I want you to ponder what exactly you're trying to get from that. Do you want to feel a certain way off the back of being kind to someone who's not really appreciative of you? Is it more about yourself than you realise? Does it make you feel like you've earned something? You've earned your worth? Do you feel like your worth depends on providing a service for other people? Do you not feel like inherently worthy? I know these are really confronting, quite big questions, and I only ask them because these are questions I've asked myself, and I found them quite powerful questions to consider. So definitely take some time to journal all of that, because it's not something you can just figure out in 5 minutes. If you feel like you need to preserve your energy more and put less time into certain people, but you don't want to cut off that relationship, instead of giving 100% or 90%, try giving 50 or maybe 40%. And figure out what that looks like for you. Maybe it looks like asking less questions. Maybe it looks like entertaining a conversation with them for about 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then going for a walk, going to your bedroom, calling a friend, someone who makes you feel safe. The reason why I use the percentages is because it's an easy way to kind of look at it and be like, okay, 100% looks like this, 50% looks like this, 20% looks like this. This particular person really drains me and I actually feel like really impacts the quality of my life, so I think I'm going to have to opt for this. At least it's still something though. The last thing that I want to say to you is, You are talented, you are interested, you are passionate about something, I guarantee it. What do you do when you are alone, when you've got free time? What do you find interesting? What piques your interest very organically? This thing that you're thinking of now, hopefully, that I've got you to envision, I want you to take that seriously. I want you to realize that that's a really exciting aspect of yourself that you can lean on. I think when we take our curiosities and desires seriously, we're able to unapologetically give our energy to them, and it makes us feel really good, you know, like me with my YouTube channel. There was a bit of shame at the beginning and wanting to be a creator and post myself online, but I got past that, and it's so easy for me to give my energy to this because it feels really right. And the energy I give, I kind of get back through connecting with people from this channel, lovely people, and just feeling really proud of my work and really interested in it. So it's this really beautiful cycle of positivity. And I really want you to create your own little cycle, because as a people pleaser, the most painful thing is giving this energy that's then not returned. And you know, you feel so depleted, and it's this really exhausting experience. Whereas if you can change where you give your energy and give a lot of it to something that's going to give you something back, something that's actually really in your control, then that's really exciting. So yeah, lean less on people pleasing others and actually please yourself through taking your passions and interests seriously. It doesn't mean you have to make your interests your job or anything like that. It just means I want you to talk about your interest for art or history more with your friends, go to more classes, or spend more time just being creative and going with the flow. If you get thoughts about mental health, for example, if you're quite interested in mental health and you want to research it, and you do, maybe write down your thoughts and maybe share it with your friends. Go with the flow, follow your natural curiosities, give it your energy. That's the best place to put your energy into, especially if it's something that's going to facilitate greater good. We all learn things in our own unique ways. Yes, we spent a huge portion of our life at school, well, most of us anyway, learning things from someone who was higher up than us, a teacher, and we had to copy text from a book often. But that's just one way of learning things. And yes, that way is kind of seen as the best way, but actually there are so many other amazing ways that you can take in information and that you can become an educated, interesting person. You can listen to podcasts, you can read books. I don't think I actually did much learning at school. I found school quite an anxiety-inducing environment. I say quite, I found it an extremely anxiety-inducing environment. By the way, I've got a cold, so when I say anxiety, I'm a bit nasal. Yeah, so I found it really liberating doing my own research into topics that I find interesting outside of school, after university. I found independent learning and critical thinking so empowering. I love giving my energy to things that just naturally make me think, what? Like seeing women always being treated like they're less important and less interesting, that makes me go, what? I need to research that and I need to talk to people about that. And that fuels me. And that's really helped me with my people-pleasing tendencies. One, because I don't have much energy after that and being with my partner and my friends to give to people-pleasing. But two, because I'm actually seeing, why I'm a bit of a people-pleaser. It's because I'm a woman in a man's world who's kind of taught to think of others and think of men before myself and my own needs. What do you want to be? What do you want to do? What do you want to feel in this life? Try and act on that in some way. You don't have to do anything that's going to make you tons of money. I'm not trying to encourage you to be some hustler. I'm not about hustle culture, even though money obviously is important. I want you to know that you can make an impact on this world, especially if you listen to your calling or your natural interests. They don't have to be anything amazing and really, wow. You don't have to be like a singer or a YouTuber or anything flashy. It could just be that you're really into like sewing or gardening. That's beautiful. yeah, listen to that and give your energy to that. Let your energy for once be put into something that feels right, and watch your quality of life improve dramatically. I do self-love coaching and decentering men coaching. Decentering men just basically means learning to lean less on male validation to feel good and more on self-validation to feel good. Please, if you found this video at all interesting, share your ideas and your advice and your stories in the comment section. I really do love to hear what you have to say.